I'm Nicole Marcouiller. I'm a member of the Conference Planning Committee for AOSW 2025, and I'm here with Brian Miller, who has, we are very excited to say, accepted our opening keynote spot. So I'll let him introduce himself a little bit.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Miller. I'm Director of Psychosocial Support Services at Atlanta Cancer Care, which is affiliated with Northside Hospital Cancer Institute, and I also serve as Assistant Director of the Atlanta Cancer Care Foundation.
Thank you, Brian. So our first question today is, what inspired you to accept the opportunity to be this year's keynote speaker for the AOSW conference?
So if I'm being candid, I would say that over the course of my career, I've had the tendency to say yes more than no to opportunities that have come my way through AOSW and other organizations, even if they're outside of my comfort zone, kind of embracing a quote by Chad Foster: if you're not getting outside of your comfort zone, then you're not growing. And for me, saying yes, oftentimes more than not, resulted in professional growth, led to meaningful connections, and opened new doors and opportunities for me. And so if you're watching this is an unsolicited advice. Say yes to opportunities within AOSW. Become a state representative or part of a special interest group or committee. Be a volunteer for the newsletter or serve on the board, which there can be so many benefits to. And I'll also say that I view this talk as an opportunity to contribute and give back. If information or any aspect from the presentation is useful to even one attendee, then it has purpose and the effort was worth it. And if I'm also being honest, before accepting this, I did take a realistic appraisal of my current bandwidth, and I have had to ask myself, is this the right time? And how often will someone be invited during their social work career to give a conference keynote speech? So my first thought was that this is a rare opportunity, so find the time and do it. But then my second thought was, well, this is a rare opportunity unless you happen to be Matt Lascauso, Susan Hedlund, Karen Bullock, Brad Zabrak, Barbara Jones, or Shirley Otis Green, among others, who probably get invited all the time.
Brian, what key messages or insights are you most excited to share with our attendees?
Well, as oncology and palliative social workers, we know that cancer is a disease that can affect anyone, but it doesn't affect everyone equally. So I'm looking forward to sharing with attendees some examples of different initiatives underway in the United States to help address cancer health inequities and disparities, which of course also involves discussion around the social drivers of health, including further upstream structural and systemic drivers. Something else that I'm excited to share during the presentation, which aligns with the conference theme, Unite to Ignite, Cultivating Connections, are some pearls of wisdom, quotes, and writings that I'm gathering from a few colleagues. I love being surrounded by wise and inspiring people.
So I'd love to hear, what's your favorite part of AOSW and attending the AOSW conference? And given that you're from Atlanta, I'd also love to hear some of your favorite things about Atlanta.
Yeah, so my favorite part of AOSW is that our professional organization brings together students, clinicians, scholars, researchers, and leaders across diverse practice settings and creates many opportunities to network, collaborate on different initiatives, share knowledge, and enhance our skills. But I will say that my favorite part of the annual conference, of course, besides getting to connect in person and learn with and from each other, is to witness the immense creativity, innovation, wisdom, and resources that are shared throughout, plus have a little bit of fun. And I will admit that one of the things I'm looking forward to this year's annual conference is that I won't have to adjust to a different time zone. Sorry, friends who are from Central, Mountain, and Pacific time zones, but I'm sure it'll be totally worth it. In terms of Atlanta, for those of you that have not been here, it's often called the cradle of the modern civil rights movement. And I've been able to call Atlanta home for nearly 19 years now. And some of my favorite things about the city is, personally, I love spending time outdoors, whether it's hiking, biking, or running. And Atlanta has many green spaces, including a 200-plus acre Piedmont Park and the Atlanta Beltline, plus the North Georgia mountains are just a relatively short drive away. And if you're coming to Atlanta, a few things you might want to check out is it's also home to many museums, including the National Center for Civil and Human Rights, the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Park, and the Museum of Art. And while you're visiting, you might want to visit the Atlanta Botanical Garden, Zoo Atlanta, and check out the beluga whales at the Georgia Aquarium. Atlanta has a vibrant and diverse culinary scene with many restaurants and food markets that offer a variety of global cuisines.
Okay, finally, I'd love to ask you, What does this year's theme, Unite to Ignite, Cultivating Connections, mean to you?
Great question. And I absolutely love this year's conference theme. And I'll say, well done, Conference Planning Committee. To me, Unite to Ignite embodies collaboration, signifies that our combined strength often is greater than individual actions and efforts. And it also conveys the idea that when people band together, of course, their diverse energy, knowledge, and actions can create new ideas, significant change, and benefits. And in terms of cultivating connections, it can mean many different things in different contexts, but I'll use a lens for my volunteer work for a nonprofit cancer foundation. And in that, I feel that cultivating connections is about engagement, building trust, collaboration, leveraging limited resources, and sustainability, among other things.
Wonderful. Well, we're excited about this year's themes too, and I'm so excited to hear you welcome us all to conference in June.
And I can't wait to see how creative everyone will be with incorporating this theme into their presentations this year. Very excited.
And we have a lot of great presentations coming up.